Jason, you are so full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm telling you honestly. I'm telling you the penguins can fly. I'm dead serious. If you throw them hard enough.
Yeah, anything can fly if you throw it hard enough.
But
You can fly if I throw you hard enough.
I'm not full of shit then. I mean, penguins can
No,
fly if
you
you throw them hard
totally
enough.
are full of shit.
No, it just
No,
depends on
no,
how
like
far.
your body
I
creates
mean,
shit. Like,
anybody, you throw anybody up in the air, they're going to flap their arms. I mean, you got to, it's going to at least, it depends on overhand or underhand.
And at this point, all the What the Hellions, welcome to my life. These are my brothers. God. We'll be right back after this.
Like they can fly, I'm telling you.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell?
And we're back.
The bitch is back. Papa's home.
Welcome to yet another edition of the What the Hell podcast. I believe this is episode 74. So we're getting ready to hit another milestone here pretty soon.
Probably should have been like episode 126, but we suck.
Yeah, the consistency has fallen. We're working on it. We've said it a million times. I promise we are working on it. I promise.
Technical difficulty.
But regardless, thanks for downloading, watching, listening, all that shit. Do appreciate it. Go rate, like, subscribe.
Daddy is proud of you for not being lazy.
Everything everybody on YouTube tells you during their video. I'm not going to repeat it. Just go fucking do it. Do it. Do it.
Punch that notification bell.
There's one guy I follow on YouTube because I like, me being the restaurant guy. I love cooking, and it's a French guy. His name's Chef Jean-Pierre, and he's like, he can be annoying, but he's funny as hell. But his whole intro, he's holding up a plate of the recipe he's gonna do, and he's like, like the video, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to ring that bell.
Yep.
It's funny. But at some
Speaking
point,
of
I don't need everybody to remind me to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. So
ring that notification bell.
Yet here we are still talking about it to the one.
Well, no, that's how. I mean, it literally has been proven to work. So.
Oh yeah, it works, right? Because that's there's only.
But
there's 3 channels I get notifications for on YouTube. His is one of them.
Speaking of YouTube chefs, have you watched Mythical Kitchen yet? Because if not, I'm going to throw you in the air like a penguin.
Watch what?
Mythical Kitchen, the fucking channel I've been telling you to
watch.
watch.
No, I have not. Where's my... I'm going to write that down. Here's my... Because I did forget. Mythical...
I really think you'd like this, dude. I think you'd like all of them.
Why did I pick up my Batman?
Sean, just do it. Don't be a lazy twat.
I can be a lazy twat if I want to, you son of a bitch.
Well, you're the one telling all the people to ring the.
Yeah, it is his birthday month.
Ring the "Don't be a lazy twat" bell.
I've tried to get away with having a birthday month.
No.
Why is it? No. Fuck that. Why is it that the women in our lives, like, pretty much require a birthday month? But if we mention it, like, no, fuck you. You're lucky you get the one day.
Well, yeah, but I give it the exact same thing back. Like,
right?
Fuck you and fuck your birthday month. All right. Like, I'll give you a day. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest is business as usual. Like,
I don't know exactly what a birthday month means. Like, are you?
You've never had one try that on you?
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, what are we just celebrate, or are you getting
every day in that month is something related to their birthday?
Are you getting
it's every day in that month? It's a reason to do whatever the fuck they want and spend however much money they want. That's all it is.
She has her own money. She can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Right.
Yeah. Problem is when they run out of money, they're gonna turn around and look at you.
What you didn't realize is that's what the Offspring was really singing about. You got to keep them separated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, yeah, I had it.
Look at you rocking the Cayman Jack margarita.
Zero sugar. Oh, look, well, never mind. I was going to show you.
I can tell by the bottle.
I was going to show you, but then it blurred it out because we don't have an official sponsorship. So it was like, no, we can't show that.
Well, you know what, that
Automatically
actually
blurred.
brings up a good point, right? With Friday, Cinco de Mayo finally fell on a Friday, and it wasn't fucked up by a virus called Corona. See what I did there? Thank you very much.
That was the only way you were going to get applause for that.
DJ's
Yeah.
hate that one. But yeah, with Cinco de Mayo being on Friday, and me living in Texas, we went to our favorite place, which is a hole in the wall. TJ knows this about this area. If you're going out to eat, you don't do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or no, I'm sorry, you don't do it Thursday, Friday, or Saturday after 5 p.m. because the wait is a minimum of an hour and a half.
Unless you're gonna go and sit at the bar and have drinks. That's when it's okay.
And sometimes the bar is completely packed because
Oh,
people
100%.
oh wait,
run that risk.
I can order food at the bar? Oh. Even our favorite hole in the wall, which is usually mostly empty because it's a Mexican restaurant, was packed the fuck out for Cinco de Mayo.
Which one is it?
Rio Grande.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
And that
it's,
was the funny thing.
it's one of the places you probably forgot because it's been so long, but their bacon wrapped shrimp is the shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's quite tasty.
It's always funny to me considering that Cinco de Mayo isn't actually celebrated like in Mexico or anything. That's just us.
I know.
We just
hey,
need it. We need a day to actually specifically need to drink a margarita. Well, I mean, maybe.
Well, but there's all, isn't like National Margarita Day in April?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
It's not Cinco de Mayo. It probably should be.
Yeah, I don't know.
But let's be honest. Do we really need an excuse to drink a margarita?
I don't know why it's.
You know what it is?
It is the most popular drink in the country.
Do you know what Cinco de Mayo is?
The 5th of May.
Taco night. It's white people taco night.
Cinco de Mayo is Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh,
right after May the 4th.
With all these fucking Star Wars references.
But
like, I don't know why you all need like this specific day where I'm like,
I don't.
I think pretty much every day should be margarita and taco day. So I mean, I don't know why you.
Oh yeah,
why do I have to wait? Why do I have to wait till May?
I have the fancy margarita machine. Thank you so much, Facebook Marketplace.
I don't know. So
dude, seriously, I have picked up some really cool shit back in the day off of Craigslist and off of Facebook Marketplace for pennies on the dollar. So like a buddy of mine, I found he's a huge fan of Jaeger bombs. So I found the Jaeger machine that you see in bars that puts the bottles in upside down and chills them. Found it, gave that to him for a birthday present, whatever. I think I paid $100 for it. And then just out of curiosity, I found this Margaritaville margarita machine with the ice thing on top, and you just, flip the switch. These things are $300 brand new. They had it listed for $100. I got it for $70.
I was gonna get 75.
Thing works like a charm. I love that thing. Pour your freaking tequila in the thing, pour the mix in the thing, put the ice, hit a button, it shaves the ice, it blends it, and it's like it comes out of one of the actual freezing margarita machines at a bar.
Like it comes out of a frozen anus and looks just like it. Well, all right, never mind.
You essentially bought yourself a Slurpee machine.
It tastes delicious.
Frozen anus margaritas.
Don't act like you don't think like Slurpees and frozen Coke and frozen margaritas aren't fucking amazing.
I'm not saying they weren't, but I'm just saying essentially
like
you bought yourself.
Oh yeah, even movie theaters now have fucking frozen Jack and Coke in the machine ready to go.
I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been in a fucking movie theater.
2 weeks ago, I did go see the movie referenced by TJ Shirt, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and yesterday I did go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I have not seen that yet.
Don't
spoil it for me. Don't tell me.
Let's take a second. Let's not do any spoilers because we're all movie fans and we've done shows about movies and all that.
I don't want to know if the boat sinks. Don't tell me
before we get into the topic. But hey, if either one of you seen Super Mario Brothers?
I have not. I'm waiting till it starts streaming.
I'm gonna tell you, you need to see it.
Oh, I know I'm gonna love it regardless. Like I could give
It
a
is.
fuck what people say.
Don't tell
It
me what to do.
is so full of Easter eggs. Like you're gonna see so many references and so much stuff. And
But Easter is over. What do I want Easter eggs for? What day do you think it is?
You know what Easter eggs refer to. Fuck.
I know we took a few Sundays off, but come on now.
But yeah, there's a ton of stuff packed in there. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. The one thing that I think could have been better would be something that a lot of people have said. Just personally, the actor choice for Donkey Kong doesn't thrill me.
Of course, because he came out and said he's like, it's going to be my voice. I don't do voices.
Yeah,
it's like, fuck,
and it does.
You're not even trying.
And it doesn't really fit. Again, it wasn't bad. I didn't despise it. I think it could have been better. But and honestly, at the end of the day, I didn't have any issues with Chris Pratt and voicing Mario. You can tell he's throwing a little bit in there.
So how long was this movie?
I think it's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay. So everybody had a problem with Chris Pratt. And well, it might not have been the best. Like everybody's like, you should have gotten Charles Martinet, who is the actual voice of Mario in the video games. And I go, you can't listen to that voice for an hour and a half straight without going fucking insane.
That guy is in the movie, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
He plays Mario's dad.
But
no, it's cute for the little blurbs, you know, the let's go and it's a me, a Mario, you know, it's cute for that. But I think you're right. I think after an hour and a half, it becomes Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's at some point in the movie, you're getting tired of Misa, what I hate the hole.
No.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I would say, definitely check it out as soon as you can. I know TJ, you'll get a kick out of it. Jason, I think you'll like it too. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 spoiler-free review. Great movie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I'm still kind of up in the air where fucking Marvel's going with everything, because before you could kind of see the plan and the weaving, and now it's just fucking all over the place.
Well, yeah, because before they had a rocket ship,
you know,
and then the rocket ship blasted off, and now it's in space, and they're like, where do we go from here?
I think some of the stuff that's coming should be good. This movie with the Marvels with, you know, Brie Larson and these other people, that, you know, including the girl from the series and all that, looks like it's going to be funny.
They're going a little too much funny.
Yeah, a little bit, but
like Thor: Love and Thunder was bleh, bleh. I'm throwing up.
It wasn't as bad as Dark World.
It was entertaining. Like it was entertaining, but
I just wonder if the Marvel executives know that they're never ever going to duplicate the first run.
No, I think they. I think they can if they do it right.
Now they've already shit the bed too much.
Yeah, already.
Well, I think therein lies the problem, is they haven't announced enough. Like you know, they came out and, you know, how many years was it before Avengers that we knew it was coming? It was 8 years, and they said this is what we're leading to. They haven't said that yet, except for it's going to be, you know, Kang Dynasty or whatever.
Oh, that's if it's not recast.
Probably.
Oh, and they're going to recast the shit out of him.
But
that guy's done, dude. He is done.
I agree with TJ though, that no, it's just, there is just too much, at least as far as, I mean, it's not that things aren't imaginative, but there's just too much of this silly slapstick, you know, like you're trying to make it a sitcom kind of, like Love and Thunder was exactly that.
There's been a little too much of that. It was great for,
even Miss Marvel was decent, but it was still like, you know, She-Hulk was just a fucking sitcom.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that they decided to do that with She-Hulk. What gives me hope, though, still, because I was rewatching it recently, what still gives me hope because it wasn't comical, was Moon Knight.
Well, yeah, true. True.
That was textbook good fucking Marvel stuff with
Yeah,
a little known character that's got a diehard fan base.
Well, see, like you expect at least an amount of silliness to like Guardians of the Galaxy, which was
100%.
never over the top, but it was still, you know, at least a little
No,
silly.
it had the humor in the right spots.
well timed.
It had the humor, but it had it well timed, but it was also like consistent. It wasn't
Yep.
like you know, as
It
much
was,
as
you know, it was something about Rocket being a dickhead.
well,
And
yeah,
fucking Batista being unintentionally funny.
yeah. And again,
The
as
formula
much-
worked, basically.
Yeah.
as much as Thor: The Dark World was a little questionable, like Ragnarok was okay. I would, you know, but still a little. You still turned it into a, you know, into a sideshow, and then Love and Thunder was just over the top, especially for the villain. And you're like, I'm not saying there shouldn't have been some comedy.
Yeah.
That was just a little too much of this silly bullshit, you know. And yeah, I mean, once you get back into
Agree.
the days
I
of the
mean,
Russo brothers, with like Winter Soldier, with Civil War, with the I even thought Endgame had a little too much comedy in it.
Well, I just think though that that first run will never ever be replicated again in the history of movies.
No.
Like that, they caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. Well, because it had never been done before and all that, and they were able to
And they
capitalize
had
on
pretty much
stuff.
the entire country just encapsulated it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Didn't I see? I saw an article. I think the Russo brothers want to tackle a Batman movie.
I mean, at least as far as in my opinion, like, which again, you know, it's not necessarily just specifically calling them out, but like Winter Soldier and Civil War were like, just in my mind, two of the best.
Oh, 100%.
Two of the best of that entire thing. And
100%.
Even if you wanted to get into the more recent stuff, like Spider-Man Far From Home wasn't bad. I did like that because
I have no issues with any of the newer Spider-Man.
Yeah, decent meld of all of that. And what was the other one I was just thinking? Even the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness wasn't that at least had a good like mix, a good tone of the two. It was just that, like I said, Love and Thunder was just over the top.
Yeah, and you know, I think that has to do with, you know, the director, because he's that guy.
Well, yeah.
You
know, I mean, he's made one of the movies that she and I like pretty much one of our favorites is that Free Guy, the one with Ryan
That's
Reynolds.
a great movie.
Yeah,
but that's his niche.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was great. Like Thor was just the wrong thing. Like, okay, when you're doing the whole thing where he's like talking to and apologizing to the axe, and you're like, okay, come on, dude. This isn't a past girlfriend here. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I agree with that. Anyway,
but you know, that's all.
There will be some good shit coming eventually.
Anyway, that's what I mean. I hope they at least get back to at least a little bit more of like that decent mixture of the two, as opposed to over the top one, over the top the other. That's
no
all.
argument there. None.
We'll see.
Very cool. So yeah, that would be what I've done more or less recently, you know.
Actually, it almost really kind of works out that they did the whole multiverse thing, because even if they have to recast the guy who plays Kang, it's like, yeah, he's just a variant.
I would guarantee you at some point.
I had to stop it.
I like that part of that was kind of blurred out because you were.
It was because he got so loud, and I think Zoom was like,
it was like, now
you are being too loud. We are going to cut off your sound until you are quiet.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been called a nerd by somebody with laryngitis.
No, that was honestly me trying to do my best ogre impression from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, well, all right. I would have been okay.
Those guys are still doing Comic-Cons.
I'm not surprised.
Ogre and Booger, I think, are coming.
Hit the bag, dude.
I think both
that.
Ogre and Booger are coming to Austin.
I support that.
That's kind of that's went to a couple movies, worked. That's pretty much my update of what's going on with me. Let's turn it over to the magnificent Jackass for an update on his week or whatever.
We are past the appraisal stage, so we are apparently actually getting a house.
Where is my applause button? There it is.
And actually, at least for what it appraised for, we are walking into it with $2,000 in equity.
Nice.
It actually appraised for more than what we're buying it for.
There you go.
So
that's a good place to start.
Fingers crossed. It's got a lot of potential. Like right now, no garage, but I mean, we could eventually put one in. It's got a big enough lot that we could eventually put one in, but it was for what we were getting and it being only like less than 15 minutes from work,
Yeah, something tells me you're going to figure out that garage situation real quick in Ohio.
Well, plus a garage isn't that hard to build because you're only building a shell. You're not going to, you got to run power, but you're building a shell. You don't necessarily have to do the whole insulation thing, but you probably should, being that.
Oh yeah.
Where you're at, but
yeah, but you don't
it's
that plumbing, all that.
Yeah,
shit.
you got to pour a slab. You got to fucking level it out, and then 4 walls and a roof and power, and it's not like Dad can't get you power pretty fucking quick.
Well, yeah, between friends and everything else, yeah. But I mean, that could potentially be like a next year project, just to at least get in, kind of get situated.
Oh yeah,
figure everything out. But it at least has a big enough lot that we could put one in and still have a reasonable amount of, we're not going to have a huge backyard or I think it would be, the way the house is situated would be like 2 kind of side yards, whatever. But
all right, barbecue at Jason's place.
So we'd have enough to at least, I mean, even if we only went like a 1 car and like an overhang to, park something underneath it, we don't necessarily have to go full like dad garage with like big space and thing and space.
Oh no, you can just build like even just like a small 2-car, just enough to get them in there. You ain't got to use it as storage. It's not like you have it now, so it's not like you're going to build it and then just a bunch of shit is going to magically appear in there.
Yeah.
So Dad's got his workshop in the other half of his.
So yeah, no, should be good.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, closing, I do believe. Well, it's kind of funny because we're closing. Pardon me. The end of the month. But then, of course, by the end of the month for Memorial Day week, we'll be in North Carolina with some friends. So we'll be going on an OBX vacation just to come home and move.
Well, hey, still.
Yeah, but also it's the last move for you in a good long time. So
let's hope, considering I've actually packed up and moved 3 times in the past 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been with you throughout this whole fucking saga, and I'm hoping this will fucking just put some roots down or something, man.
At this point, if I move, I don't give a fuck. I'm a cheap bastard by nature. I don't give a fuck. If I move, I'm paying a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
We're paying somebody this next time, because at least moving everything into this, and which it's not going to be like most of it will move ourselves. It's just like a lot of the bigger stuff. We're like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll move all the little shit. It's the big shit, because like now if I had to move any big shit, I'm hired movers, because when my friends ask me to help them move, I always end up destroyed the day afterward. So now I'm just like, don't ask me to help.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm fuck. No, I'm so fat and fucking out of shape that it would practically like the way TJ and I moved out of the apartment I was in into our duplex, I would be dead. I would be like, my body would be like, fuck you, you're dead now.
No, I think we would have got about halfway home and both of us would have collapsed had we done that today.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's hilarious too, because considering, I mean, okay, we're moving less than 15 minutes down the street, but considering we're crossing state lines, any company we've contacted.
You mentioned this before.
Yeah, they called it a long distance move. Like,
yeah, you're dude. Like, so we'll see how it goes. Like, we haven't really started that process yet.
But it's across the street. I'm sorry, you're changing zip codes.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Very nice. Well, congratulations, sir. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome news. Very,
So-
very excited for you. So
Here
with
we
that,
are.
we'll turn it over to the man of many books.
That would be me. So my week has been pretty uneventful, standard, run of the mill. But on the horizon, I do have this upcoming Wednesday. I will be at Little Caesars Arena for AEW Wrestling by Dynamite.
Very nice.
It's going to be me, one of my best friends, Eric, his kid, and Chris's kid, Cody. So should be a good time.
Nice. That will be cool.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little tradition. Last time we went down a little bit early, hit a Coney Island before going in. We're going to do that again.
I like it. I can 100% support this.
Looking forward to that.
Very cool. That is very cool. Alrighty then. Well, all that having been said, let's get into it. Now that we've wasted how many minutes we've wasted.
Whatever.
But getting back to a few of our more popular episodes, favorites and things that we like and don't like and this, that, and the other. We're going to talk today, again, you've probably seen it in the title, we're talking today about bucket lists. Like, is it something you want to do? Is it a place you want to see? I guess place you want to see, place you want to go, same difference, but something that's on your bucket list that is actually possible. Like, yeah, I want to own an island, but it's never gonna fucking happen. A, I don't play the lottery, and B, if I did, I would never fucking win it. So we'll go around and just kind of talk about those bucket list things, and again, we'd love to hear yours. You can send us the email at whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com, comment on the YouTube video, whatever. But who would like to start with their first bucket list item?
Well, one of
I'll
you.
go.
'Cause I still only have one. So
I'll go.
All right. Take it away, man of many books.
So this is probably going to come out of nowhere to Sean. Jason, not so much, just because he doesn't know me as well. So as many of you do, I'm sure, dive down YouTube holes. So I've recently dove down this YouTube hole. And so one of my things on my bucket list now is I want to go to South Korea.
Okay, I would never have seen that coming in a million years. Please expand, discuss. Why?
The food.
Mm,
The
all
food looks absolutely amazing. Like, especially in like all Asian cultures, they just seem to take it so much more seriously and like
There's-
not full of preservatives and bullshit like we have over here. So it's just like,
oh wow, yeah.
man, that looks fucking delicious, and I wish it was like that over here.
there is I think what you're referring to is a certain amount of reverence for the food. And yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. The Asian culture specifically, the Japanese, come on, the way they treat their sushi and all that. But
Yeah, that's
I-
number two. Don't get me wrong. I want to go
Yeah.
to Japan too.
I would have never guessed that, because I've done no digging into it. So that's kind of cool.
I would love to just spend like 2 weeks in Seoul, just get a hotel and just make my way around, just like Korean barbecue, Korean fried chicken. Like, I would try so much shit that I would never try normally,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm at that stage in my life where I'm just like, fuck it.
I
So
like that. That's yeah. That one did come out of nowhere, in my opinion.
so yeah, South Korea is number one. Like, if I could ever find a way to pull that off, I absolutely would. And it's going to be happening at some point. I just don't know when.
All right. I would have never guessed that in a million years. You know, I could have lived there for a year when I was in the military, but I was like, yeah, fuck that. I got
No,
out
I
before
would've
I got
fucking
out before I got sent there. I've heard from some of my old army buddies, some hated it, like with a passion. Some loved it with a passion.
See, I think I would love it.
Some of them loved it with a passion and got married and then got divorced as soon as they got to America.
Shocker.
Oh no.
But no, I think that's surprising a little bit. I don't think a lot of people would share that as a destination for whatever reason.
Well, I've seen enough about Korea at this point. I mean, obviously, fuck North Korea.
Oh, for sure.
That doesn't count. That's not real Korea. But I mean, I've seen enough about Korea now to where it just looks amazing. Like some of the sites, the culture, just the way people are. It's a place like I'm just like, yeah, I need to go there.
All right, I like that. Well, then I'll follow that with another destination bucket list that's been on mine forever, and again, it will happen. As a kid, I got into mythology pretty heavy and just like the stories and all that, and there's a direct correlation to those stories inspiring. Again, we were talking about superhero movies in the beginning, but yeah, going to and spending some time in Greece is 100% on my bucket list, and to your point, will happen at some point. I know they've had some money troubles and all that shit, but you see these pictures and you're going, yeah, someone's photoshopped the fuck out of these. No, they haven't. Like, because a buddy of mine went to Santorini. I don't know if it was a honeymoon or not. He went to Santorini, with his wife, and posted it all on Facebook. And he doesn't do the whole editing his picture shit. It's like, here's take a snap and posted them. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, there are some places you don't have to Photoshop.
Yeah.
No.
And Santorini, Greece is one, and I'm going, I never even fucking heard of Santorini. And you start seeing all these pictures and all that, because you're going, yeah, I want to go to Athens and I want to do this and then that. And again, the culture, the food, a lot of people don't realize that. I don't hear this in a lot of other places, but Detroit has a Greek town.
Oh yeah.
Like you hear Chinatown and you've heard of Koreatown and all this. I've never heard anywhere else that has a Greek town.
They have a whole fucking casino.
And I'm sorry if you're someone who doesn't appreciate the Greek gyro, fuck you.
Well, you can't live in Michigan, number one.
No, I mean, like that beef and lamb mixture meat, whatever the fuck it is, combined with
soft bread, just whatever, put it in my face.
Combined with that nice fucking hot pita.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the tzatziki sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That is Greek ranch dressing and could probably take the place of ranch dressing if more people ate it. I don't give a fuck about tomatoes and onions. I take that off. But the lettuce and the sauce, oh my God, is one of the greatest sandwiches on the planet. And it doesn't need anything else.
And I support that. Get one for like $5 at Coney Island.
Yeah. I mean, all the festivals, the little, they call them Volksfest. I would call them like a town fair that you would have in Germany, which is like once every 3 fucking months. They always had a gyro stand, and it was 5 marks. And there was a coin, 5 mark Deutschmark coin. It wound up being, I think it's like $3.50 back then, $3.50. And we just go and drink a shit ton of German beer. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, wait, I'm starting to feel it. You'd run over and get a fucking gyro, slam that bad boy, go back, get more beer. Dude, that and one of my favorite things, I even eat the shitty canned ones, but I had them fresh in Detroit as a kid, but the stuffed grape leaves.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dolmas, oh my God, dude. And the best ones I ever had were in Florida, actually. was doing the traveling thing, and you know, you'd go out to eat and find a restaurant that had high star ratings, and I'm pretty sure it was Athena's, and I think it was a chain. Um, and I was telling a buddy of mine, I was training him. I was like, yeah, dude, you know, stuffed grape leaves. Um, and you know, most of the places you get them, they're you know, they're this big, you know, maybe that big around. Nah, this place they were like fucking burritos,
That's a big ass grape leaf.
like small fucking burritos, dude. Oh,
That is the only thing I miss about living in Dearborn are the Arabic bakeries, because literally, Jason, when I tell you, we used to like walk outside and all you
It was
had to
the
do
next- it
is
was the
turn
next
your
block
head
over.
a little bit and there was one right
yeah,
there.
it was the next block over.
And so all you do is run across the street, and they used to do what was called a cheese pie, which is just warm pita bread and melted cheese, and it was fucking phenomenal.
That sounds fantastic.
Dude, the Middle Eastern, Asian, if you take Chinese and Japanese food out, but you do that Middle Eastern kind of down
Mm.
into India
Yeah.
flavorings, some of the best food on the planet. If you like, I'm
Well,
sorry.
and the crazy part is like it's only just like a combination of like 7 spices, just
Oh, yeah.
mixed differently.
Yeah, and
See, that's the best kind though. If
I'm
it's a
sorry.
bit simple.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I'll take shit for this all day long, but their Indian food, and you know, from India, yes, it's curry, and yes, it's a lot of it's super spicy. It's fucking phenomenal. Try it.
Oh, there was a,
If you can get past, because yes, I get curry has a smell that most people don't like, but they're like butter chicken.
Just put it in your face hole. You'll be thankful you did.
Butter chicken. It's not a super spicy sauce. Yes, it's a little bit of curry. I even got Stephanie, and she likes it. And I just found a jarred butter chicken sauce at HEB that's perfect.
oh, there was a curry place that was when we were in Vegas. It was down the street, and because she would always get like if we were gonna go get it, every time she would get their yellow curry.
Oh yeah. And
Like-
again,
Like it was legitimately one of those where you're putting it over right, you know, because you got it with rice and whatever,
Yep.
your chicken, potatoes, and onions or whatever, but you're putting it all over and you're eating it, and then you're like, as you're staring at the container where they had everything and there was still a bunch of sauce in there, and you're just like, I
you want to drink it.
I might drink this. I don't know. It might happen.
And the only
It
Middle
wouldn't have got that
Eastern-
far with me. It would have immediately went over the rice.
Oh no!
yeah.
That was whatever was left over after it, because we did do that, obviously.
Oh,
but
for
yeah,
sure.
whatever was left over, you kind of went like, I mean, should we do shots? Because I mean, I will.
Shots.
Yeah, right.
don't
Like that's
don't
how
get
good
me
this stuff was.
don't even get me started on fresh Indian naan bread either.
Oh,
Like that even beats the freaking pedo and the gyro. That fresh Indian naan.
oh yeah,
Oh,
Holy
hummus.
shit.
oh,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
See?
Well, and especially if it's fresh, because hell, she and I will walk by it in the grocery store. So obviously, you're just talking about bagged non bread, and we're like, that already by itself is fantastic.
Yeah.
It being fresh. Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
So there was I don't know how many of them are left. There was one, again, me being the cruise guy, there was at least one cruise ship that in the back had an Indian restaurant that literally was making, like, you watched them make the dough and then reach in and slap that naan on the side of that thing there.
yeah.
So you want to talk fresh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I would be on board.
it was
Totally on board.
I would live there the entire cruise.
dude. It was so fucking good. Not even gonna lie.
Like, do you guys have cots set up anywhere? I mean, I'll just sleep in the back. It's fine.
Just keep sending them my way.
Right.
If you've got like a cot and then like a pipeline where you can actually just like slide down a thing and it just goes directly into my face, that's fine.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
we'll do that. You guys go have
conveyor belts.
And some of
guys-
the
you guys
some of
go have
the-
fun out in the sun. I'm just gonna sit here and have non-bread fed to my face.
some of the
Fresh.
places here will do
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to call it flavored, but it's like garlic naan,
Oh, yeah.
or some of them had cheese or whatever. And I mean, oh my god. Anyway, So yeah, we tangent off there, but again, Greece, Greece is definitely on that list. Between just how ridiculously beautiful it is being there, and of course the food and the food surrounding it as well. Greece would be my first bucket list item place that I want to go that I haven't been to yet.
Yeah, I 100% get that, and I think you and I would have the same experience, like you in Greece, me in South Korea, where like you get off the plane and obviously you go through the airport, but you're still in an airport, and then once you like actually exit the airport and you start looking around and you're like, holy shit, I'm here.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
And I'd
yeah.
be like, I don't want to do the touristy shit. I'll get there. I'll get to that.
No, yeah, no.
Show me what you live here. Fucking show me what you like.
Fuck the touristy shit. I'm here to eat. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So, all right.
I don't know.
Magnificent jackass.
Ton.
I don't know. I don't really have one. Well, if we're going destined, like I said, my bucket list, bucket list.
Jason's so rich, he's already fucking eliminated his bucket list.
I mean, destinations. I mean, for me, it would probably. I mean, this could probably go back to something she and I have talked about, but part of it was like filling out one of those like. It's not an advent calendar. I don't know what the hell it is. It's some kind of graph or something, or whatever it is, but it represents all of the like national parks and all that.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Because
So you want to just like hit every national park? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Yeah, because you guys are still in enough good shape that you actually enjoy hiking.
Okay, well, I mean that was at least being in Vegas, being 20 minutes away from like, and not even necessarily always trail hiking, but like going to Red Rock in Vegas, like you get to certain points where you're just climbing all over shit. Like you're essentially not rock climbing because there's way more to being secured in and all that other stuff, but you're essentially still ascending a small mountain. And I got there and I spent money on getting an actual a regular good mountain bike because I wanted to get back out into mountain biking, and after a while that took a back seat to just going out and climbing all over shit. So I mean, because we had been to obviously we lived in Vegas, so Red Rock quite a bit because it's 20 minutes down the street. Of course,
Shit,
I
yeah.
do that.
Shit, yeah.
We've been to like Big Bear, we've gone to Arches, we've been to Zion in Utah, and yeah, it was just one of those where it's like, actually, it was her idea. The whole thing, there was, like I said, I don't think it's a calendar or whatever. It might be a poster or whatever it is, but it highlights where you can mark off the different national parks and stuff.
It's like when they put that map of the USA on the back of a camper, and then you put in the decal for the state that you visited with the camper.
See, to me, it's no different than a dude being like, I want to visit all 32 NFL stadiums.
Oh, yeah.
So I can totally see that.
100%.
I can totally understand that.
But I mean, that's not to take away anything from like what you guys are talking about, at least going overseas to try like the food from it. Like, oh, I would do that all day long. There isn't one that really like jumps out at me, because even the two that you mentioned, like I'd be totally on board with those two. So like, I don't know if there's one that actually jumps out more than the rest of them as far as like, oh no, if I had the chance, oh fuck yeah, South Korea, fucking right. Greece,
South
absolutely.
Korea, Japan, Australia. It fucking sign me up to go anywhere.
Oh yeah. But yeah, at least just to, when you mention destinations, what pops out into my head is the national park thing for her and I. It'd be kind of like
nothing wrong with that.
Oh, 100%. That's actually great.
So
yeah, I would say there's a lot of people that would share that desire with you, because I mean, you don't have to fly anywhere. It's I don't want to call it local, but it's a U.S. thing, and again, absolutely, the places you go there with that are fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's it is no different than the sentiment that I shared when we all went to the Grand Canyon, where it's like, it doesn't take much to stand out in a place like that and go, fuck, are we small?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like how many things you come places, whatever, how many things could you literally just spend 8 hours staring at and not talking and be in awe?
Oh
and
yeah.
like the Grand Canyon, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I could have stayed there 3 times as long as we did,
Well, there were plenty
and
of
just
times.
and just looked at it and been like,
Oh yeah, there were
oh
plenty
my
of times at
God.
least hiking at Red Rock, essentially climbing all over shit. I'd find like a decent perch where it's like you were actually reasonable, not obviously too far up to not be able to breathe, obviously.
Yeah.
You find like a good spot where you could just see everything. I legitimately, no joke whatsoever, would sit there if I could for hours, just sitting there.
I do the same thing sometimes on cruise ships. When
I
there's
get that.
no
I get that.
when there's nothing else in sight.
Oh yeah.
All you fucking see, there's no ships in sight, there's no oil platforms, and you could do a 360 and all you see is water. And again, to your point, you sit there and go, wow, how fucking small are we?
Oh yeah. Well, especially even considering when you're on the cruises with the amount of wildlife that's underneath you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. There's a couple animals probably underneath us that are about the size of this ship.
Right.
Possibly.
But yeah, I would say, I would put what you're saying up there with the national parks, right? Right up there with Greece and right up there with South Korea and Japan and all that. I would put that even keel. No argument at all.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
All right, so we got some destinations there, and I think they're pretty fucking good ones. Tell you the truth, because I would go to South Korea. I would.
Oh yeah.
I would tour the fucking national parks, 100%. No doubt there.
Just like I would go to Greece in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
And I think most people would agree with all those, 1,000,000%. All right, what else? You got another one, TJ?
So mine is another kind of destination, but it's at a specific time. And the window on this is closing the older I get, because once I tell you what it is, you'll understand. So at some point in the next, let's call it 10 years, I want to make the journey and do San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, I get that 1,000,000%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I mean, obviously, it's it's the biggest one. It's a shit show. So the older I get, the less and less I'm like, yeah, let's do that. The more I'm like, no, I'd rather not. But I wanted to do it for so long, ever since I pretty much found out about it and just saw how cool it was. And, you see all this cool shit and just,
Oh yeah.
take 3 days to nerd out.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's San Diego. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, but I just really think it would just be fucking fun to do it and just say I did it.
Yep.
Of course it would be.
Will I get like 2 big bags of fucking travel size deodorant and hand them out while I'm there? I might, because a lot of people don't wear fucking deodorant at cons. That's the one thing that's been fucking stopping me. But here we go.
No, I would say I get that. I get that 100%.
I was gonna say I'm on board with that 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've only been to a couple
give me
here.
An excuse to nerd out. Come on now.
Yeah. Even the small. I went to one in San Antonio. I went to 2 in San Antonio. I lied. And even though they didn't have as many of the celebrities as San Diego, they both had a decent amount of celebrities there signing and all that. Like I got, and they don't want you to just be walking around taking pictures, but I did anyway. So I've got sneaky camera pictures of Kevin Conroy signing autographs.
Oh yeah,
voice of Batman that just passed away. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger,
Freddy.
Art LaFleur, who if you knew, Art LaFleur is a guy, you've seen his movies, but probably don't recognize him. He was the Tooth Fairy in one of the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah.
He was the first sergeant in the movie where Pauly Shore was in the army.
Okay.
Yeah. He was that guy. And so he'd been in a lot of shit, and so I was like, oh man, I know that guy. So snuck a few of those pictures, and then of course at that year that was the one I went down to see the guys that were appearing for Mayans MC. But I can't even imagine the level that San Diego would be on. But I totally want to see it too.
That's the thing, is like San Diego is like the cream of the crop, and especially like if I'm going, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay $50 for this autograph, or that action figure is $150. Yep, fucking buying it.
Oh yeah, that's the best place to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, Stephen Amell.
What you don't see in there is he's actually grabbing Sean's butt.
John liked it.
No, actually, you can see his hand on my shoulder right there. But
Yeah, sure.
and I think
that's photoshopped.
I think he was one of the cheaper photo ops. He wasn't overcharging, but like that. The other person that was there were other people there that I would have liked to have gotten photos with, but I wasn't paying it. One of them was Simu Liu, Shang-Chi himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what he was charging. And the one that I really wanted to get that I wasn't fucking paying for was Ewan McGregor.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
I think that was upwards of $299.
No.
That's kind of the same deal. Like, so like Cameo has become a thing, and it's like, maybe I'll give you a Cameo, and then you get on there and see what these motherfuckers are charging. You're like, fucking never mind that.
Some of them I was just doing cameos that like I got one, just heard about it,
I got one from, I'm still listening.
You're good. I got one from one of the guys, in Mayans MC, because the wife and I were hooked on that. Back then when I got it, I think he was charging $30. I think he's well over 100 now. And some of the more popular ones are pretty ridiculous with what they would charge. And there was that whole story about Vince Neil charging like $700, and all you got was like a 15-second drunk video, like, hey,
the only real issue I've ever had with Cameo, at least depending on who you're seeing doing them, is okay. If you're only charging a little bit, or whatever, depending on the celebrity and whatever else, if you're paying $200, Jesus Christ, at least look like you actually set it up somewhere with like a fucking ring light or something like that, as opposed to you just sitting on your fucking couch and you see, like, because when they do the series of them, when you're on Cameo, you can see like the latest, like 3 of them that they've done.
Yeah.
And if you're charging like 250 or 200, whatever it is, and you're watching it and you're seeing like, oh, the one before that was exactly the same thing where you were just sitting on your couch.
Oh, yeah. And you're just regurgitating it to get paid.
Hey, do whatever. Stop.
And I will say,
hey, blah, 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 stop. And you're like, come on, if I'm paying you that much fucking money, I'm not saying get a makeup artist and do whatever, but like, I don't know, stand up, go to a different room.
The same fucking thing over and over and over.
Personalize
the fucking message.
Go to a different room, go outside, go,
what TJ's saying, personal, and the ones that I've gotten, because it was a cool thing. Like the ones that I've gotten have been, and there weren't quote unquote A-list celebrities. Like, I got Michael Irby from Mayans MC, who back then I think it was $30, right? And it was personalized. It was great. Nice guy. I've met the guy and talked to him at Comic-Con. But then, and I don't think I've ever told anyone of this, but I got one time because there was a special or something. I got one from Manu Bennett, who was Deathstroke in the Arrow series.
Okay.
And he was Crixus in the Spartacus series that was on. God, who did that one? A&E? I don't know. It was Spartacus was a great fucking series. It was crazy as shit, and he played that.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like The Rock. He's got that Pacific Islander blood in him and that kind of stuff. And I swear to God, he sent me a video where he's sitting on a ledge, in Bali or some shit like that. And he it's a long video where he's talking about you know, how he got the role of Deathstroke and what his attitude was playing it, and realizing, you know, like, God, I didn't really fucking know anything about Deathstroke. And it was a birthday thing. So he's like, you know, at the end of it, he's like, happy birthday from Deathstroke. You know, it was fucking cool.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
I mean that's what those are the point of those.
Yeah, it was cool. And then I got another one from Emilio Rivera, who, again, you may not know the name. You've seen him in a million things. He's the main guy for the Mayans in Sons of Anarchy. If you see his face, you know who the fuck he is. It's just,
Isn't he has the mustache with the thing going on.
Yep.
Alvarez.
yeah, that's him.
Okay.
And he's been in a million movies, right? And again, just oh, hey, wanted to get a video. He does this long video.
Oh, that dude. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He does a long video where he starts talking about motorcycles. I had, you know, you can put what you want when you send in for the cameo, right?
Yeah.
Like when we did the one for Kathy.
Oh yeah.
So we got Bill Engvall to wish Jason's mom a happy birthday. And then we set it up so hard that he couldn't even make it funny. but you know, but again, I put in, hey, you know, love the show. I ride this bike, and he's like, you know, thanks for being a fan of the show. And I just got one of those, and he goes, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna drop it and do all this other stuff. You know, and then he's like, you know, I do these charity rides all over the place. So if I'm ever in your neck of the woods, show me this video and you'll ride right next to me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, holy fuck, I'm saving this.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
Well, I mean, I would
because
expect him
he
to
was
say
like,
it anyway, but yeah.
but he's going, you know, and again, you got to lose, you know, he's like, you know, this fucking COVID shit is over, bro. You know, fucking do the, it's just cool as hell. So in that instance where Cameo serves the purpose that it's designed to serve,
Oh yeah.
and it's not Vince Neil, you know, you pay $800 for Vince Neil to say something to you drunk while he's running through the airport.
Yeah. No.
Because that was a deal that happened.
See, and that's all I meant by like a little bit more effort. And like I said, depending on now, that's where you actually get somebody who's not necessarily like specifically doing it for the money. Like if one of those was like $30 and he's still sitting there and he's talking about motorcycles and he's like, okay, fine. But again, if you're getting upwards of 300, 400, 500 or whatever it is, and you've got somebody who's just churning them out while they're sitting on their couch, you're like, come on.
Well,
So,
and that's my thing. Also, like $20-$30 is probably my limit from a message from you. Like your time is not that fucking valuable.
To put this up, there he accidentally sent two, but look at the area. If I could get it off the green screen, look at the area where Manu Bennett sent me his.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, there's Emilio's and Bill Engvall's.
Yeah.
So
Jesus Christ, Bill Engvall aged like milk.
Anyway, but no, I completely get the Comic-Con thing.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, even the small ones I've been to where people are still cosplaying, like that first one I went to, there was a guy that had a movie accurate Deadpool suit.
Well, and that's the thing about the San Diego one is like the people cosplaying, like I want to get a million pictures with fucking everybody because everybody goes all out and it is awesome.
Oh, even you know, even the San Antonio ones where they get, you know, that what do they call it? The ones where like the people do the volunteer, but they're all Star Wars characters, but their fucking costumes are pretty much movie quality. It's a big charity thing. 501st Legion, that's what it's called.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, dude, it's a big fucking deal. Look it up sometime. But they were there, you know, and all that kind of shit. But like we're saying, the people that put, you know, thousands of dollars into their own Darth Vader costume because it's pretty fucking close to what was worth.
Say some of those people are inventive as fuck.
Oh yeah. Like the big thing right now, because I've watched a few videos on this. The big thing right now is to take, I can't remember the acronym, but there's a foam that you can mold and cut and use a hair dryer on and all that and the way you cut the pattern out and then glue it together, but the way it takes paint, you would swear to God that it was armor, like metal armor, and it's foam.
Like, yeah, these people are next level.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
just
Hardcore.
next level.
So like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
that's-
people that have their own fucking Iron Man suits, but it's made of this foam.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's not 300 pounds.
Exactly.
That's how they can wear it around the fucking con all day.
Oh yeah, that's ingenuity. Oh yeah, like way next level.
I get it. And again, they're showing it. There's a guy I watch every now and then on YouTube that does it too. Cosplay Chris. You guys ever see any of his stuff?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's got some good shit. He's an Australian guy, so you know, seeing him do all this is actually kind of crazy. But you know, again, he gets fucking into it.
Oh, there's a lot of people that do.
You know, it's like, no, you know, you get this nice new suit, and it's like, yeah, I got to fuck this up and make it look weathered. And I'd be like, no,
Right?
it's new. I don't want it to
Yeah.
look fucked up.
Yeah, that's collector versus cosplayer.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get
But
that.
yeah, if I ever did it, like I said, I'd want to do it to where it wasn't like I'm like tightening the purse strings, and like I would just want to go and just be like, I want that autograph. I want that autograph. And that's what I think I would do if I got there. I don't think I would hold back.
No, I think it'd be one that, you know, you planned it long enough in advance. You know, you get your tickets and all that stuff, and then, you know, make it a bucket list thing. Make it what you want it to fucking be.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my second one.
I support it. Support it 1,000,000%. Magnificent Jackass, did you come up with a second one? Or you want me to go?
No, I already had the second one. The national parks was just since you guys were talking destinations.
Oh, well, go ahead. Bring your next one.
Well, my second one's more of a skill that I want to try, or a thing that I want to try, which is brewing my own hard cider.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've got at least, because she bought me a kit to at least be able to start doing it. Another friend of ours got me some like bottles to be able to do it. And then she, I think one of the last, either for Christmas or whatever, got me like some of the bases where you could actually start whatever. So it's like I just haven't actually done it yet. But like I've got it to at least start it as obviously started as a hobby, because you know I'm not gonna obviously try to get into the market of brewing and selling, because I don't know fuck all about brewing it yet.
Well,
But yeah, I wanna actually get off my butt and actually I want to do some kind of a brew hard cider. Or at least just at least to learn how to, because that would actually be, oh hell, that would actually be a dream job, is to like actually do it, get good at it, and you know, and have, you know, some kind of thing where you could either brew it and start selling it or whatever, but got to start somewhere.
No, I mean that's a big thing. I mean, down here, I don't know if there's probably after TJ left that they moved it, but they have a huge store here called Austin Homebrew.
Oh yeah,
they just moved it to Pflugerville, TJ. It's right off 35 now. And it's all about supplies.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something different. Go ahead.
Okay. But it's all supplies, bottles, you know, it's everything, recipes, ingredients for recipes. It's everything you need to home brew whatever you know, beer, mead, the cider. And so they're like, you walk in and you're like, I don't know nothing about this. They will get you everything you need from beginning to end. And they're like, okay, what kind of beer do you like? They're like, oh, well, I like Bud Light. Well, you know, here's a recipe with the ingredients for something that is similar to Bud Light. Here's how you go brew it. So it's become it's a big thing here. You know, TJ, my friend, and TJ's friend too, Vince, has been brewing his own beer for I don't even know how many years.
Well, I mean, there's Vince, but then also I can't remember the name of it. I don't know if it's still around. You'll probably know more than me, Sean. But there was like this place. It was like in an industrial complex.
You're talking about Blue Bonnet.
Yes.
Blue Bonnet Brewery. Yeah, it's still around.
Yeah, there was only like open to the public like Tuesdays or Thursdays at like from like 4 to 6, and they'd have like this food truck outside, and you can come over
I
and you
think
could walk around the brewery. But it was just it was your most basic, just
Oh
upstart
yeah.
brewery. But
I don't know
fucking
if I took you there when we were here or not, Jay. I know I've
yeah, you
taken Dad
did.
there. I'm talking about
No,
Jason.
no, we did it a couple times.
Oh
You
yeah.
bring your own
No,
lawn
I've
chair, just fucking get a
Oh,
beer and hang out.
yeah, I don't think I
Um,
have. No.
okay. So then next time you're in town, we have to go because Dad wants to go back. But no, so this is a guy used to work for Dell, was doing his own home brewing, entering contests and winning contests, quits Dell, moves out to California for 6 months. His family stays here because there was only one university that had a master's degree in brewing, in
Hmm.
beer science. So I'm pretty sure it's a master's degree. So he got that, comes back, and again, he's right. It's next door to a post office, and it's a little industrial area that it's got a door and then a garage door, right?
Yeah, garage door.
And
Yeah.
he and his wife, and I'm sure, I think it's his son-in-laws, are in
Wasn't
there.
his brother there too?
No, his kid was, I think, when you were there. He's that kid's in the Marines now. But and he started off his claim to fame was I think they called it 512 pecan ale,
Yeah.
which
All
is
right.
phenomenal. But yeah, it just does it all. And so some local places will have his stuff, but now he's open. I think it's Fridays and Saturdays, and he opens up, and you come in, and he's got a tap room, and they bring in a different fucking food truck every time. If it's nice enough outside, they'll set up cornhole. They got a bunch of picnic tables, and they got a bunch of stuff on tap now. It's great.
And you just
Very
come
cool.
hang out. It's fucking awesome.
It's
There's actually
very
a little
cool.
place. There's a little place around us that started doing that now too. Actually, they work with our company or the real estate arm of our company and bought a little place over here to be able to do their own. It's a little microbrew place, but yeah, they'll do a pop-up tap room and do like a food truck over there, and oh yeah.
Yep.
And it makes good stuff. One that would actually almost be another way in too, to kind of, because the guy actually produces out of a city that's like 20, no more than like a half an hour from here. They want to actually move it more local, but he's doing it a little. Hell, I've actually told her I've thought about actually just because we've talked to him here and there, because like I said, he bought off of our real estate arm. So it's like, we've been over there talking to him and bullshitting. I've told her I wanted to go approach him and kind of go, look, like, I just want to come in and kind of learn, like, not, don't have to pay me, to do whatever.
Intern it.
I
Be
just
an
want to come
intern.
in. Yeah, I just want to come in and learn. That's it. I can come in and
Listen, get good at brewing so you can open up a pop-up tap room and bring in a food truck so then I can come.
Yeah.
well, see, then there you go. But yeah, that would be a bucket list thing for me, is I want to at least like learn, start, and again,
Support.
it's really approached one of those kind of things where you kind of go, look, I just come on and get off my ass and do it. Like I've got some of the stuff to at least start. So it's just like, okay.
Well, I mean, it's also a genius combination because if you think about it, good alcohol, good food, that's a winner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hell, one of the days, but just besides them just doing the their own beers with the food trucks, they had, what is it? They had a pop-up tap room, and there was a local like it's called Cousins Lobster. So they had a lobster truck.
Cousins Maine Lobster. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that already gathers its own lines if the food truck shows up anywhere. So like they did that the one day, and you're like, oh well, fuck yeah, that place was busy as hell.
Like if there is a lobster roll food truck, I'm getting in line.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they have one at Blue Mountain all the fucking time, TJ.
Yeah.
Actually, I can tell you what day it was. April 2nd is when they did it, because that was the same day that I jokingly did the whole the proposal to her. We were over at Mom and Dad's. Because she did a thing. We were over at the food truck because we got the food and went into the brewery to have some beers or whatever. So she took a little picture and she posted the thing where she said, "Does this lobster roll make me look engaged?"
Oh
and,
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. So that's where that came from.
No, it makes you look fat.
I'm a huge fan of the food truck thing.
Oh yeah.
So many good things.
Actually, they had one with Euros there the one time too, which were fucking kick ass.
I so want a fucking gyro now.
So
now that we kept talking about it, I fucking want one.
Oh yeah.
I can have one pretty much anytime I want.
There's a Greek place
Okay.
here, but trying to get my extended family to go to that's not fun.
But yeah, that would be my other.
I
my
like
other
it.
So.
I support that.
Fingers crossed with the house. Now I'll actually have a space to do it.
There you go. That's the kicker, right? Is it's it's time, temperature, and space, right? You gotta cook this thing to a certain temperature. You got to cool it down fast enough. You got to let it sit for a while. Then you got to move it from one bottle to another. All that kind of shit. So it's all time.
Yep.
So
Jason, if my mother can learn how to grow weed, you can learn how to brew hard cider.
I think my internet. No, you both froze up for a second. My internet connection's unstable.
Oh well, we know
Did you hear me?
unstable.
No, all I heard was my mother, and then you both just like automatically like.
Oh, I said,
like,
Jason, if my mother can learn how to grow weed, you can learn how to brew hard cider.
I support that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you got out was if my mother can, and then you both just like, I'm like, wait.
That's funny.
Well, it's because I originally thought it was just him that froze up until I looked up and then saw Sean. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know.
Everybody's frozen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here like, man, that joke landed fucking flat.
Nope. Nope. I would have had to.
You didn't hear it.
Nope. Yeah, I would have had to have heard it.
I was like, I thought that was a little funnier. I mean, it might not have been my best stuff, but Jesus, give me a chuckle.
My internet connection did not like that
It
joke.
was unstable.
Apparently.
Your internet connection is anti-weed.
Apparently.
So
this is why me and my internet connection don't get along.
That's right. So I would say my next one, bucket list, will come as no surprise to either one of you. And it's very similar to what TJ's saying as far as it's an experience. And mine would be the full-on experience of Sturgis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that for you.
And by full experience, I mean riding my fucking bike.
Yeah,
from Texas to South Dakota.
Yeah.
Which part of me is excited for and part of me is like, holy fuck. And then, taking part in the rally and all the vendors and the concerts and the fun, and the camping and all that shit that goes along with it. The kicker would be that, I would need a group to go with, because that's not one, you need a group. You don't want to go by yourself, especially, riding that long distance. And the amount of time that I would have to take off, because there's, as much as I'm okay with road tripping and all that shit, that's a couple of days, if not 3-day ride.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's a little different doing that big of a trek on a bike versus a car.
Very different.
Oh yeah.
So
car is climate controlled.
Yeah, and I don't think, I don't think Stephanie would want to do that in any way, shape, or form. Nor would she probably want me to go, but if I had a group of decent people to do it with, she'd probably be okay. But yeah, that's, I've been to Sturgis when my son was stationed in the Air Force, 30 minutes from there. Been there, went through the motorcycle museum, been to the the Harley shop that's there and got my souvenirs, but haven't experienced the actual rally that goes on there. And again, with Ryland having been up there, he got to experience the rally. He was volunteering. Is that even a fucking word? I just pulled a Jason. He was volunteering at Full Throttle. So him and some of the other guys in the Air Force would volunteer, and then they would get to see the concerts. And he was working at the T-shirt booth. He was just working at the T-shirt booth, selling fucking T-shirts, not getting paid except for being there at Full Throttle, and then he could go to all the fucking concerts. So yeah, the full experience though, and I know plenty of people that trailer their bike up there and this, that, and the other. But for me, I want the experience of, I guess you could call that riding cross country, going south to north. Riding cross country, probably, tent camping out. And I know it's fucking batshit crazy, and there's a zillion people, and everything else. But again, the experience, the fun I've had at rallies here in Austin, which are, you know, local, and the people that you meet, they're salt of the fucking earth, and great people.
I know,
Yeah.
but you think if you think Rally was wild,
Yeah, Sturgis can get crazy. I've heard the stories. But yeah, I want to go. And
Crazy.
again, they get, you know, stupid huge name bands at Full Throttle and Buffalo Chip and all that stuff, and the town. In South Dakota, it really is some of the most beautiful riding areas
before
in the summer.
before they closed down and WWE bought them, WCW used to run a annual pay-per-view during the rally called WCW Road Wild.
Nice.
And the
Oh,
only
yeah, they
thing you
did.
heard during
They
the
did.
whole fucking pay-per-view was motorcycles revving their engines.
Yeah. It
Sounds
can
about
get
right.
crazy. So that's, you know, that's on the bucket list. It'll happen at some point. I'd like to do it in the next few years before I'm too old, and too cranky.
Too cranky.
But yeah,
Don't be
that's on there.
cranky.
I actually bought Grunt Style. I love their clothes. They got some really great shit. You know, supporting veterans and all that. And I got one that's green, and just across the chest, in the same logo as the movie, it says "Grumpy Old Vet" instead of "Grumpy Old Man," which is
Makes
Like
sense.
that.
fun. Pretty fucking funny. So yes, Greece, Destination, Sturgis, full experience, and Destination. That would be two of mine. TJ, got another one? Or are you good?
I mean, I think just traveling in general, just like I just want to get the fuck out of the United States. And it's not like me being like, I don't want to live here no more. Yeah, fuck that. We don't talk about that on here.
That's right.
But like, I just want to see other shit. I want to try other shit. I want to try other food. Like, I would love to go to Singapore. I would love to go to Australia. Like, just give me a plane ticket, a random fucking plane ticket for a week, and chances are I'll probably be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's one of the reasons I enjoy the cruises. It's little nibbles of going to other places, and you know, if you're not a complete dickhead of a tourist and actually talk to them, like tell us, you know, tell us about it. What is it like? How, you know, what do you you know, all that kind of stuff. They will go on and on about their countries. Cab drivers.
Oh yeah.
I was talking, and granted, I was 3 sheets to the wind, but I was like, so how bad did you guys have it during COVID? I mean, you guys got to be glad that we're coming back now, right? What, you know, is it been better, you know? And they would go, and, you know, oh man, you know, and but if you actually show a fucking interest and you're not just there to fuck up their land and drink their booze, most of these places love it. But I like being able to do that and get the little snippets of exactly what TJ's talking about.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, if I get a cab driver, I'm immediately gonna ask him, like, hey, what's the best food spot?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But
You know,
that was actually, even in years past, even for as much as getting out from under my ex-wife, but her thing going to Cozumel, yeah, there were plenty of times, at least, like we'd friend up at least a couple of the people just from there and go like, well, yeah, as opposed to, instead of going to Senor Frogs, because everybody goes to Senor Frogs. Oh hell, there were little places. There was one place we got like a surf and turf. There was one of it, endless like little local taco places and like stuff like that were just like the best fucking food. There was one, this wasn't Cozumel, it was Isla Mujeres, which is a smaller island, but we were there, and there was just some local thing just like off of one of the rows of buildings where they had these tables set up, and this woman made like this mole sauce, that kind of like that, the chocolate nut. Like that was one of those where we had it the first night, and I'm like, okay, number one, we're coming back, and if I can stuff her in my suitcase, like, oh my god, it was fantastic, so damn good.
Oh yeah. When it's done right, mole is really good shit.
Oh yeah, and whatever this woman was doing, she was doing it right, absolutely doing it right, because it was fantastic.
Yeah, but just like to Jason's point though, like if I'm going somewhere, I don't want to go to Senior Frogs. Like
Yep.
I want to talk to a local. Like, show me where you get lunch on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what I want.
Absolutely. Actually,
Agreed.
actually between both Cozumel and Little Harris, we specifically did that. We weren't going to like just the little places along the main strip. You know, well, hell, Cozumel there was a fucking Hooters, and I'm like, I'm not going to fucking Hooters in Cozumel. Sorry.
No. Why?
Like we ended up the one night going to Senor Frogs, but it wasn't for like the food. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's got some music playing.
we want to go party at a bar.
Yeah, we'll do it at that.
That's
But,
what
like,
you do at
other than
Senior
that-
Frogs.
Yeah, other than that, I'm like, yeah, as far as food went, it's like, fuck no. Yeah, tell me where you go to eat lunch because
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
And did it all the time. Oh yeah, and legitimately, some of the best fucking food you could
Fuck
have.
yeah. It's one of the reasons I love diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because that's what he's doing is featuring these local. I got one fucking restaurant, and I'm doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Places
Oh yeah.
like that
I
place
also
we ate.
enjoy men versus food, but that's just me.
Like that place we ate in fucking Flagstaff. That 3 Olives or Fat
Oh
Olives.
God, yeah. Oh,
Dude,
that was
TJ, we had this fucking pizza, and it just so happened that Jason and Lynn ordered the same pizza I did because it's one of the ones that Guy Fieri ate when he was at this place. It was an Italian place. Everything was phenomenal,
Mhm.
and it's like here's all this, and then it's got a section. Here's what Guy had, right? And I forget what. I'm actually going to look it up. I forget what was all on this goddamn pizza.
It was
But
a bunch of stuff. It was a
bunch of
stuff-
shit that you would go, none of that belongs on a pizza.
Well, you would also go like, that's not going to work together.
100%.
I smoke weed. You'd be surprised.
So let's see here. Okay. So give me the fucking PDF. There we go. So what Guy ate? It's a pizza called Belgio Dolce. Here's what's on it. White base, so a cream sauce, house-made mozzarella, pecorino romano, oregano, shaved Brussels sprouts,
You lost me.
Calabrian chili oil, Molinari sopressata, local honey, and crushed pistachios.
It was fantastic.
I'm sure it was. I could do it without the Brussels sprouts.
So the thing about I get it, right? Because what you're used to is the Jolly Green Giant shitty frozen Brussels sprouts
Oh,
that
wow,
we
yeah.
all grew up on.
Yeah, no, Brussels sprouts are one of those things that like I tried a few times growing up, still scarred for life. Like never.
But
The way
that would be like green beans for our dad.
oh yeah,
Okay.
the way they do them now with doing it fresh and shaving them and cooking them differently, Brussels sprouts are pretty fucking, in my opinion, badass. But I also like the ones growing up too. I'm weird that way. But when you hear all that, none of that screams, give me that pizza.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're looking for like a pepperoni and cheese pizza, yeah, of course not.
You know, and
But
it
if
had a
you're like
zillion
going
other
into
ones.
this with an open mind, yeah, like I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking try it.
And that's exactly what I did. I got the same pizza. Him and Lynn I didn't even realize it because we were so busy. There was 9 of us and we wound up at 2 separate tables. So we were over here and they were over there. And so I get this pizza and I'm like, okay, because I was 100%. It was either that one or the spicy shrimp pizza that sounded really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
but
but I'm like,
that.
but I went, you know what? Let
Shrimp is
me get what they decided to throw on the show, right? Because it's different. And I was like, oh my God,
Mhm.
this is phenomenal. And I made Stephanie take a piece, and even she was like, this makes no sense to me, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
And so then I walked over and I noticed that like Kathy had just gotten a meatball appetizer because they were like 17-pound meatballs. And Dad had gotten just a regular spaghetti bolognese. And I look I look over and I'm like, is that the Guy Fieri? Because remember, is that the Guy Fieri pizza? And they're like, yeah, this is fuck, I got the same thing. It was phenomenal.
Oh, see, I like to envision that you picked up a slice and were walking over to the table to be like, you guys got to try this. And then getting over there, seeing the pizza they had, and just being like, "Fuck, you beat me to it."
That was
Son
kind
of
of.
a bitch.
I almost did that. It was pretty close. But
Well,
yeah,
actually, I think by the time it was done, you gave Mom a slice to try.
I
it,
did. Oh yeah.
because it was like,
Well, because
Well-
I'd gotten the whole pizza for basically myself. Gabby got something
Well-
different. Steph got something, so I had to give away some pieces.
well, no,
So
that
that
was
I
the
could
thing. Like
eat
you gave her one undoubtedly because Lynn and I weren't sharing it. We were like, we took a bite of this pizza and went, "Fuck you, this is ours."
Oh yeah,
Mine.
yeah, mine. They were
So,
the
like-
seagulls in
Like,
Finding
sorry,
Nemo.
Mom. Sorry, Mom. The only way you're trying this pizza is if Sean gives some up because I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's fat kid time.
Oh no, it
And
was
there.
so good.
And yeah, it was a bunch of things that didn't really make sense, but you kind of went, and then you bit it and went, okay, why this doesn't make sense? Why do I like this? But this is fantastic, and it just
I've had so many experiences like that with food that like it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
surprise me anymore. It's just like I'm along for the ride. Whee!
Yeah, yeah,
oh yeah.
absolutely. Oh, okay. I don't know how we got off on that tangent, but hey. So
we
TJ was talking about traveling more in the different foods and going local. That's where we got there. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean that's pretty much what I want to do.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had the money, I would just fuck, I think I'm gonna go to Thailand next week.
Well, I mean, honestly, what you should do is rather than doing Thailand, even again, just pick somewhere that you can drive to and look that shit up. Like there was an app that I had when I was traveling religiously for work that had like you pulled up, oh, I'm going to Charleston, so you type in Charleston and it would bring up every place that had been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It doesn't work anymore. I don't have it. I wish there was.
That'd been pretty
Still
cool.
out, it was still out there. But again, I would say that even just traveling regionally, go. I wouldn't say go up to Sault Ste. Marie because they ain't gonna have shit, but you know what I mean. Get out of town and and find a local hole in the wall that's actually got some good
Agreed.
shit. I mean, yeah, you can go get a burger at the Antlers, but you know what I mean.
Well, and that's the thing is like, and that's the real reason behind me wanting to travel is like, I don't want to go regionally because like, yeah, I can get fried chicken in Kentucky, but I can
Yeah.
also go to South Korea and completely get a different experience. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
I feel
I'm
you.
tired of fucking McDonald's, okay?
I feel you. I can't
I understand that.
discount that in any way.
So I'm more like, I'm kind of looking over at them going, what are you guys doing over there? You got any tips?
I support that. I think traveling is a good thing. Seeing the world, seeing other shit, trying other food. I'm in.
Agreed.
But yeah,
Jason,
that's
you
pretty
got
much the
another one?
basics, the basis of my bucket list at this point in my life.
Can't argue with it. Jason, you got another one?
I do
Or you
not.
out?
I'm out.
I'll throw my last one out there. It's a bucket list. It's like Jason said, it's a skill that I've wanted to do my entire life. I actually enlisted in the Army with the intention of trying to get to do this. But it's also probably an unrealistic skill that I still really want to acquire, but I can't. I probably can't. And that is flying helicopters. I would love to learn to pilot helicopters. Always wanted to fly, whether that's a Superman thing or whatever, as a kid. And enlisted in the Army and was going to put in, I got the packet to apply to Warrant Officer Flight School because you didn't need a degree to do that. And at the time, I didn't have a degree. And filled out the packet most of the way, never sent it in. And yeah, so now, by the way, it's ridiculously fucking expensive to get a pilot's license.
Surprise, surprise.
And between that and we've already discussed my massive sensitivity to motion sickness, probably not a good fucking idea, but it doesn't stop me from fucking wanting to.
No, I don't blame you for wanting to. And the whole reason I have this shit-eating grin on my face right now is because with that whole buildup, and you're like, with my army and all this shit, I've always wanted to shoot a man. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck, dude?
No. Did plenty of training for that. Did it
Never
with
gotten
with
to. Still in
did
my
it-
bucket.
did it with military level
I'm
laser
staying up
tag.
here.
Did it with military level laser tag a lot. And I won't lie, that part of it was fun. It's just crazy that the way you carry the way you used to, not now because it's much more now. There were basically these suspenders that you clipped onto a belt, and your belt had ammo pouches and water canteens and all this stuff on it. And the way that the military probably still trains is you replace those suspenders with other ones that have all these sensors on them, and then you clamp this module onto the front of your rifle, and it locks in place, and it's got this, and of course it's made to take a fucking beating, right? And so in the front of it there's a microphone, and you put what's called a blank adapter on the end of your rifle, because contrary to popular belief, you have to actually push the gas back into it for the blanks to actually push the bolt back and reload it, right? Different for handguns and his rifles. So you put this blank adapter. So you got this bright red thing on the end of your rifle, and this mechanism, this thing mounted on your barrel. And when the microphone hears you shoot the blank, it shoots a laser. And if it hits this sensor on a person's they call it load bearing equipment, LBE, well, there was also a little speaker right here. And by little, I mean about like this.
Yeah.
And if you were shot, it would go right in your fucking ear until you
I thought the record was stuck.
until you remove the key from there's a little key on the adapter on your rifle. You would have to take the key off and shove it in a key on your LBE to turn it off. So you could that way you knew you were dead, and you couldn't continue to engage in
Okay.
whatever the exercise was. And then everyone, there was a first aid pouch right here with a field dressing in it, would carry a card, and it would say, if you're shot, this is what wound you have, right? So some would say KIA, some would say you got shot in the butt cheek, some would say it's a sucking chest wound, and the idea would be that
Lost an ear.
you would be dead. Someone would go on, and the medics would have to come and treat you as if you had that wound. It's a good system, but the closest I ever got to actually shooting a man would have been that. So it's still with an M16, it's still with a blank, but yeah, as far as actually murder, no, haven't been there.
Well, no, I just didn't know where you were going with that. So I'm like, is he about to tell me he wants to shoot a man? Because this is going to be weird.
No.
I've always wanted to learn how they did that body dissolving thing on Breaking Bad.
No, but yeah.
Jason, why did you get 4 barrels delivered to your house?
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Oil drums. That's weird.
I really like ranch dressing.
Yeah, fair enough.
That would actually be an explanation that everybody would go, okay.
That was it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if Honey Boo Boo was your daughter, maybe. That's right. Timely reference.
Boom. And he's out. So yeah, that would be, my the skill that I would have like if I again, I don't play the lottery, but if I ever did hit the lottery, that's where my winnings would go. Some of it would go to doing that. It's weird, right? Because and Jason can relate to this more than TJ, like with the motion sickness thing. It's weird that if you're a passenger in the car, you get sick. If you're driving the car, no fucking problem.
I'm neither.
So I would hope that would correlate over to flying the helicopter than being a passenger in it, but who knows?
Well, I mean, I would think because it's not like you're going to be doing like crazy stunts, like, you know, flying all over. It would just be like
Uh,
kind of like a comfortable ride, just like, oh, look at
oh
all
yeah,
the scenery and stuff.
if I had
I think you would be fine.
if I had the fucking money, you know, and all that to be able to, hey, let's go rent a fucking helicopter. We're going to fly over here and land and check this out, you know, or even, and I don't know how practical it is, depending on the model, I guess. But even, you know, what if I wanted to fly up to Michigan instead of fucking drive? You know, to go see a fucking football game, or want to go up there to Ohio to see, you know, Dad and Jason and everybody. You know,
Well, I mean, I don't know if you could do that in a helicopter.
well, I mean, even with helicopter, small plane, you're gonna have to land and refuel, fucking somewhere. There's no doubt about that. But again, those things, you know, if you know, 75 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, I have to get where the fuck I'm going. But yeah, again, if you're that kind of rich that you've, because I think a helicopter license by the time you do all the stuff you got to do is probably 30 grand. So renting one probably isn't that big of a deal
Yeah,
at that
but
point. And
you also have to be
I'm
careful at the
ballparking.
same time because, I mean, helicopter killed Kobe.
Yeah, that was stupidity flying into an area where you can't fucking see.
Well,
shit.
yeah,
If I can't fucking see,
pilot is what
if I
that
can't
was,
fucking
but-
see, I'm not fucking going. Like, oh,
A pretty
well,
good rule of thumb.
can I get up over the clouds? No. Can I get on? All right, we're gonna fucking wait. It's like, hey, there's a tornado over there. It might come this way. I'm going the other fucking way. Fuck that. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, we're going back to the helipad and landing this motherfucker, and we're all getting out and getting the
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
strap it
I mean-
down and yeah.
I mean, typically, you know, at least as far as flying anywhere where you can't see, I mean, I've actually, you know, I've got that mentality flying just the drone that the company bought us, you know, to kind of do that. So if I'm flying a helicopter with people in it, I would think I would be a little more aware.
Yeah.
Or try to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you have a
yeah.
sparkling record with that drone.
I do. Hey, I knew it going in. That's why when we bought the damn thing, they said, "Do you want a replacement plan?" I'm like, "You're
Oh,
fucking right, I do."
shots fired. Nice.
Well, he's not wrong.
No.
I was gonna
he's
say,
not.
I mean, there's nothing he could say to dispute
I mean,
it.
I am the reason we only have 2 replacements out of the 3 left.
But apparently you haven't flown it indoors since then, so
No, I have not. I did have to replace a couple propellers one day.
yeah, that happens. I think
Other
that's
than that, other than that, no extreme damage.
there you go. All right, that would round out me. I got nothing left of any level of importance on a bucket list after all that. Yeah. I completely get where you guys are coming from with yours though. 1,000,000%.
Oh, yours as well. I mean,
Yep.
I don't think either one of you presented anything that I wouldn't want to not do.
Right. No, I'm there. I mean, national parks, traveling, fooding, 100%. Brewing, I'd do that. Yep.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I've got all the stuff to at least start. So,
Well, get it going. We want to hear
Right.
more about it and see how it goes.
right, quit being a lazy twat and actually brew some cider yet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, if someone's been sending you hints, they want you to if they're buying you the shit for it.
that's a good point.
Just
That
saying.
is a good point.
Also, quit being a lazy twat. So subscribe so
Right.
I can globetrot and stuff my fucking face.
There you go.
See, there you go. It works out.
There you go. You heard them. Subscribe, like, rate, tell your friends. Send comments. Comment on the YouTube video. If you don't listen to us on YouTube, why? First of all, you can see our lovely faces and TJ's up. He's wearing the Blue Kitty hat again.
Hey,
Yeah.
He's a very cute blue kitty cat.
I love the way he says that. It's funny as hell.
I don't
Um,
know.
But yeah, like, rate, subscribe, all that kind of shit. Let's wrap it up. Put a pin in it, and we will begin with the man of many books.
Well, people, you know what I'm going to tell you. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, comment, rate, subscribe. And as always, be good to each other, people.
Moving on to the magnificent Jackass.
I like how we kind of looked off into the distance for that one. That was a good intro.
Thank
That was
you.
good.
I'm glad you liked that. That's what I was going for.
Tell you the same thing I always tell you. Well, same two things I always tell you. Don't be lazy twats. And stay classy. Insert your hometown here. Just imagine I said it. Like whenever I say insert your hometown here, just imagine I said your hometown. Because I'm not going through them all.
That could take a while.
Well, I mean, at least, you get a couple where you could kind of do like Columbus, because that covers a few.
Yeah.
Or Paris, because that covers a few, or whatever. But yeah, I'm not listing them all. We don't have that kind of time.
No. I don't think I have that kind of storage
imagine-
space on my computer.
Just imagine the parentheses where it's inserted and just yeah. So
Jesus Christ, this is the most long-winded outro ever. Shut the fuck up. Sean, say goodbye.
hey, Sean, quit laughing. Say goodbye. What are you doing?
I'm dying over here between what you're saying and his face and what he's saying. I'm dying over here. You heard them all. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. We'll catch you on the flip side.